Yeah, thank you.
I'm not going to say this because we're live.
Just as I press the button.
Yeah,
God fucking damn it.
But let's just say Multiverse of Madness is banned in a specific country for certain reasons that
surprise no one.
Not really, no.
Text it to me.
I will send you a screenshot. I have receipts.
I have receipts.
Whatever. Chrome is giving me a restore pages message that won't go away, but we're going to ignore that. And just say hello to all our fine furry friends who decided to watch us tonight.
Did you just call our audience furries?
Maybe. They're watching this, aren't they?
Just wanted to be clear.
Not a qualifier there.
This is a Humblewood campaign.
You might be a little. You know what? We're gonna move past that.
Things have awoken. Let's move on.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's
anyway.
Continue.
Yes, for anyone who is joining us, you might see that things look a little bit different tonight. That's because my normal streaming software is being a butthole and continuously freezing Zoom. And that's not helpful to anyone. So we're just streaming directly from Zoom. And I apologize for whatever that might look like. I'm your DM, Sarah, here with a whole bunch of my friends, ready to get into some insane. I don't know what to expect tonight, honestly.
Insane
I have
in the membrane.
I'm just
Insane
like gonna go
in
with
the
the flow. Does anyone want to do a recap for inspiration?
I wasn't here last time.
That is true. That is true.
Zinzi's was T-posed.
Zinzi's was helping.
Helicopter.
Zinzi's was helping keep guard around where Alden was being cared for. If you were
You
wondering.
just got a gun in one hand and a trumpet in the other. Come any closer and you get it.
It's basically
It's on
Zinzi
site.
and Chonga
It's on
sitting
site.
sitting in a corner with the buffering sign.
Just gonna go Doc Holliday on your ass. Gonna turn this into the next OK Corral.
Gerald, is that an invitation or a volunteering?
Yes. This is
Okay.
Okay. So last time on Humblewood, we had finished up the fights that we had. We had while Zinzi's and Chunga went back up to check on the rest of the team. Gerald was going to make sure everyone downstairs was dead and then do a little bit of explore. And then as they're preparing to, slightly split the party, which is always a terrible idea, but of course Gerald's full of those, falls in from, they hear a great commotion from outside and find that our dear Galen is in a trap. They retrieve said Galen, who then joins Gerald downstairs as the rest head upstairs. The adventure downstairs is filled with mysteries, where they find the torture chamber, and Galen's suspicion of what this place once was continues to grow. Like, perhaps Mage Tower. But why would a Mage Tower have enchanted chains and a torture chamber? That doesn't seem quite right. Then they go into the next room, finding an owl bear who seems very grumpy. Gerald attempts to put it to sleep a couple of times, but it's very beefy in its health pool, so it doesn't quite take. Like, well, shit. So they are about to leave until Galen notices something weird. This room does not seem quite to proportion. And so he pushes a thing. Oh, look, a visible wall. What's in here? They find a necromancer's lab. and a pedestal that is missing the Necronomicon ex Corvum, essentially this world's version of the Necronomicon. And he is then very convinced this was not only a wizard's tower, but a necromancer's tower, a necromancer of great importance and terrible power. And what's worse, the book is not there. That is a grave concern. They threw a couple of chickens to the owlbear that they're not entirely sure how it got down here or how to get it out, but they threw in a couple of chickens to keep it busy while they were fucking around. Upstairs, the team spread out and discovered that this was not only not a windmill, but it was in fact a base of operations and living quarters for the various agents of Barnabas. There was the next floor up was essentially general living space with eating and cooking supplies. Rather well stocked. This is a Jesus. If it wasn't for who they were being raised by, this would be a great place to live. And then the floor above was their personalized rooms, where they discovered that each one has, yes, their own personality and their own various quirks. They found tons of documents, several journals, a couple of things, including journals of what they believe may have been Barnabas's room that were encoded with a cipher they couldn't immediately figure out. Several things of mail from various official sources, and just some of it seemed somewhat random. Some of it was encoded, and some of it was mail intercepted from the council. Though who exactly, they didn't deep dive into it just yet. They sort of tucking that away, and they are currently figuring out. And they found several interesting items, fancy magic items. They found an object of lore of the college, a fancy instrument of the college, which our dear non-present Rivia has taken hold of, and they're currently waiting for the other two to arrive. Alden was raised back to full health, though due to his severe trauma and levels of exhaustion, he's not going anywhere fast. He's just no longer dying, and he has been guarded by Zinzis and Chunga. Chunga will likely continue to be guarding him as we're not sure if Alice is going to be able to attend, but no, that's a no. So Chunga will continue to guard. Zinzis may join the rest of the group if they so desire. And that is, I believe, where we ended on the thing, and we ended with Gerald and Galen about to head back up the rope to the main floor. And side note, Gerald has been taking small mementos and things to a couple of things off of the corpses. And Galen, because I love reminding the Sarah of this, Galen saved Gerald's ass by decursing a luckstone. Identifying and decursing a cursed luckstone.
It's
that
fine.
On the barbarian.
It's fine.
Yes, I believe that is most, if not everything.
I'm gonna take identify away from all y'all bitches.
You would have to remove it from my class.
You can't. Corvums have appraising eye.
I need to find a way to fix that.
My subclass just gives it to me. I don't even need to choose it.
You gave Showery.
My race just gives it to me.
You gave Showery two. Technically, you gave Showery 2 ways to do identify, because they have their natural ability with their class and the ring.
That's right. I do have the
Miss Minutes ring. Their class, she still has the ring.
I was gonna have so much fun with that. You just decursed it.
Yeah. Galen. Staying with the coalition as long as he's had like
no one
has helped. I was going to say, but also it's been helping with his I now don't trust things. I'm learning.
Yes. I immediately
The paranoia sets in.
maybe when I get back to the fort, I should go around and check people's fancy items and make sure they're not cursed.
Yeah, just maybe.
Step right up to each
I
cursing
don't
item.
have that many spell slots, believe it or not.
Yeah, you can ritual cast. It's fine.
If you'll
All
waste 10
right.
minutes.
Uh-huh.
Well, at least identifying, yes, this is definitely cursed. Can you fix it? Not today. Maybe tomorrow. I need a nap.
Question, Showery, you still have a book. You still have a book that you want Galen to kind of decipher, right?
Maybe?
Yeah,
Honestly, the player doesn't remember.
There were several books. There was a magical book that wouldn't let her read it. That was the book in question. There was also several journals. There was one that seemed maybe like a diary that was kind of magically enchanted. There was some sort of book about magic.
Oh,
And
they
then
were
there
just
was,
heavily coded, I think.
Yeah.
One of those magic books, Gwen, I believe, got because it was an actual spell book.
Mm.
So one of those is
One
taken
was
care
a
of.
spell book. One was I think we were best guess is a teenager's diary, and the other one was a more official looking book that was completely coded.
Yes.
With that, we are going to jump right back into the game. Why don't we jump right in with where Shari and Zinzi's are with Alden. Zinzi's,
Zinzi's regains awareness.
I think you meant Changa. Shoutery's upstairs.
Oh, Shari did go upstairs. Yeah. I forgot that you went up and joined. I thought you were still taken care of. Yeah. So Zinzi and Changa are still down where Alden is patched up, laying down, in and out of rest. Looking him over, you can easily see that he's been through some shit. He's been cut. His wings have been clipped and not in a nice way. It's been a rough go for him. He's fully healed, but it's kind of like Gilmore after the first time Iman is attacked and they find Gilmore. That's where we're at.
I don't have anything medicinal on me aside from that sleep powder.
Get your rest.
Lindsay looks at the pouch, looks at Alden, looks at the pouch. I could put him in a medically induced coma if needed.
I'm sorry, what? From his crouched corner, he just kind of like sits up a little bit more.
Probably points the wand at you. I gave him a wand of magic missile to protect himself and give himself a little comfort.
I didn't know you were awake. Sorry, I just kind of regained awareness just now.
Welcome back.
What's
I
going
guess. Not much as far as I can tell. Your friends seem to have gone to look around this tower here.
Okay. Do you mind if I check up with them? I mean, she can look after you, and she points to Changa.
I'm all right now. I'll get some sleep and I'll be fine. Go.
You want some help with it?
I think I do it the old-fashioned way.
Okay. Stuff's kind of kick-ass, but okay.
How many charges of that do you have left? I'm just gonna throw
I
it
have
out there.
one use.
You're gonna use
One-
it on Alden to make sure he gets a nap.
Oh, save that shit.
You have a really nice nap. I need to get more of this shit.
It's been very useful.
Yeah. I've knocked someone out mid-combat. I've drugged myself.
You took
Drug
out
someone else.
you took out a gangster with one like
Yeah, that's what I did.
like
Like, quick type. I'm gonna head upstairs.
All right, so you're going to the upstairs group.
Yeah.
All right. The upstairs group, I did forget to mention it last time, so I will mention it now. Gwen, as you are using your detect magic going through the floor with the cold room, you did see a bit of a glow behind like some of the shelves. It looks like it was used to hide some healing potions. You find 4 basic healing potions.
Oh dear, what a trove of healing potions I have come across this day.
Zinzi's, you go up 1 floor and there's a whole bunch of different rooms. Looks like sitting rooms, an eating room. You find a room that you walk into and you're immediately cold. It is, for modern day sense, a magic walk-in fridge.
Is there any food in here?
There are some food stores in there, yes, that have not been ransacked by your friends as they've already gone through.
I start going through the food reserves.
So Zinzi just stops at that floor, doesn't keep going, and starts raiding the closets. I like it.
Listen. I've just regained self-awareness and my stomach is growling.
And your cheeks are empty.
Yes. I need to see how much stuff I can stuff in these.
Roll a percentile for me. I want to see what you find.
Where are my percentiles? Oh, there.
Not often you get to roll a D100.
67.
67 is pretty good. You do find a lot of stored meats, both cured and dried meats. Easy to just cook up in the kitchen area that is nearby. You do find some like nice bread, some fruits. Some of the meats, as you're looking at it, you're like, this is an interesting choice, but this is a lot of meat for just a group of birds. As you have not found the owlbear in the basement, it's a little confusing.
She's like, I mean, some of them are raptors, but not all of why do they have so much meat? I say as I start taking cured sausages and putting them in my bag. Go over, grab 2 apples, stuff them in my cheeks.
You also find a whole ass wheel of cheese.
What kind of cheese?
Make a perception check based on smell.
I am a Gerbine based. I love cheese. Oh fuck. 10.
10? It's something mild.
Does it look like cheddar?
Does not look, it's a little soft to be cheddar.
Could be a Gouda.
Take a bite.
Take a piece off.
It is in fact Gouda. That is 100% what I decided the cheese roll was.
How big is the wheel?
It's a big fucking wheel.
I still gotta grab the whole thing.
Are we talking Skyrim big? Like full?
It's very much like put it on the
I
head.
carefully readjust the wax coating because Gouda is wrapped in wax.
Mhm.
I readjust the wax coating on it after taking a chunk out so that it doesn't get on the cheese. And I look around for like cheesecloth or a burlap to wrap around it, and I roll the big ass wheel of cheese out.
It's easy enough to find. You have a Santa sack full of food, including a big
I'm
ass.
literally gonna put in my inventory Santa sack of food. I pop one of the apples out, put it in my own pack, and I take the other apple out from my cheek and I start eating.
Awesome. I love it. Are you going to continue? You do see as you walk out there is another set of spiral staircase in the center that goes upwards. Are you going to continue upwards?
Yeah, I'm going to continue looking for the group.
All right. You continue upwards, and here is where you see it's almost like octagonal centered room, and there's a whole bunch of rooms around it, and every single door has been opened, and your friends are just going from room to room to room. It looks like bedrooms mostly.
I just keep walking till I hear voices.
I'll say you do eventually meet up with everybody.
Yeah, I'm just dragging this big ass burlap sack of food behind me.
You guys turn around as you're in Barnabas's
Biting
room,
an apple.
and you hear crunch as you turn around and you see Zinzi's with a sack of food that is almost larger than she is.
Well, hi, Zinzi's. I see you found the fridge.
Why is there so much meat?
You know, I don't know. I just remembered I didn't.
It is at this point, since you were down in the basement in the first place. Oh no, wait, Galen's in the basement. He's not upstairs. Never mind.
We are coming up from the.
Oh, you are
hallway.
coming up. So you do not. So right now it is Gwen, Showery, Rivia, and Zinzi's in the room.
Okay.
Showery is digging in a loose floorboard that was discovered last session. That's where all the mail was found, and Showery is currently going through it.
Mm-hmm.
Found a big old stash of coded letters and some stolen mail from the council, no less.
So the letters that you found, I believe there were a couple of coded ledgers and journals that you couldn't read. The letters themselves, there were only 3 letters, all of them sealed. 2 of them with a council seal and 1 of them with a seal you didn't recognize that featured a spider. You haven't opened those yet to see if they're coded. Just
Correct.
Clarifying.
Yep, that is exactly where we left off last session, actually, was I was just about to open those.
Which one do you open first?
The spider one, because
spider one?
that's interesting.
All right, so you open that up, and in it is a letter that is not signed. It is very basic letter that just says, I was hoping for more from you. Inform me as soon as you find those artifacts. That is all it says.
Okay. I was expecting more from you, right?
Yep.
And then what was it about artifacts?
Inform me as soon as you find any artifacts.
Okay. Let's see if I can read that later. Okay. Does anybody happen to know anybody that uses a spider seal? They're apparently looking for some artifacts. Barnabas, or yeah, this is Barnabas's room, who apparently hired Barnabas to find some artifacts.
Anyone who could hear, if wants to make a history check, they can.
I would like to, because I have pretty good history. That's 8.
Oh, what the heck?
21. Nice.
Zinzi's, were you going to roll a history check or no?
Sure. I don't know what it's for, but I got a dirty 20.
You?
This doesn't seem familiar to any of you.
Wow. Okay.
That's just mean.
All right. Well, let's take a look at what the council letters say. See what Barnabas was spying on.
Wait, hold on. You get a 20, you get a 21, you get a 25, you find nothing.
I have a feeling that this would have required a natural 20 for us even to be considered to know what this is.
DC 46.
Basically. All right, I'm going to open the council letters, both of them.
Both of them? All
Yeah.
right. The first one you open just looks like it is a listing of different towns that have requested financial assistance. It is signed by Speaker Ryken Wormclaw. Ryken WYRMCLAW.
I got RYKN.
KEN.
Oh, KEN. RYKEN.
WYRN. Or sorry, RMCLAW.
Oh my, okay. That is interesting. Okay. Sign. And then the other one?
The other one looks like it is a reallocation of bird folk patrols in the different towns in the area. And
Okay.
that one is signed by a council member, Warwick Nightfeather. Both of these have signatures on them.
Okay.
And those seals are open.
They were before I opened them?
Yes.
Okay.
You go to break the seal and notice that they've already been broken and looked through.
Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense to have stolen that kind of mail and not actually opened it, unless they were sending it to the council. That would have been interesting. Anyway, these are rather interesting. Considering these have signatures on them, I wonder if Barnabas was using these for forgery info. Perhaps that's a better question for Gerald. I'll wait for him to get here.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Actually, gonna message. No, he does. Gwen, you have a message, don't you? Would you mind sending
He's
a
like, I'm
message
gonna use Sherry's like, I'm gonna use the fucking bitch.
Yes, exactly.
If he doesn't want to wear the special necklace that you handcrafted for all of us, then that's his problem.
It was actually stolen.
I was gonna say, actually, I
Group
crafted
of
these, and I'm
thugs.
gonna point the bracer at Gwen's face. I was like, these we found in the gang's place. I think they were Tobin's, Mr. Tobin's or something.
They were
Anyway.
the takers. The gang
The
was called the
Takers.
Takers.
Yes.
Oh dear.
All right, are you guys all done upstairs, or did you want to inspect anything else?
I honestly don't remember what was there. I think we inspected most everything.
You got.
Did we
you
get to
guys
all the
got-
rooms?
You guys got to all of the rooms. Unfortunately, Astral Tabletop is down
Oh,
right now.
well, shit.
This is me glaring through the camera at the creators of Astral Tabletop. Fix your shit. I want to look at my maps. Otherwise, I'd be able to tell you exactly how many rooms, but I don't have access to my maps right now because I only have them on that server.
Okay. I'm gonna be right back. I have to go grab some noms, but I will be here in like 2 minutes.
Of course. Are you guys gonna head back down now that you've seen everything that needs to be seen?
I'm
Sure,
on to my
unless-
second apple already.
All right, Zinzies, as you are heading back down, make an Arcana check for me.
I don't know shit for Arcana. 6.
6? Okay.
Oh no!
I don't like that.
Oh no! She's getting revenge for decursing the Luckstone.
I had
You just don't notice some features of the tower. You're fine. The windmill. The features of the windmill.
Yeah.
Your volume cut out completely there. I'm sorry.
I went too high.
It saved our ears.
Zinzi didn't do shit. Why is she being punished?
It's a windmill that has rooms, which is a little strange, but you don't think anything of it. And you guys all head downstairs.
And then it clicks in Showery's head. Zinzi's doesn't know. Oh, Zinzi's, by the way, you might want to be a little careful where you're poking about. This used to be a mage's tower, I'm pretty sure. Lots of spooky stuff around.
So that's why that room was magically cold.
Yeah.
She takes another bite of the apple and looks at it.
I'm just waiting for
I'm sure the food's
And
fine.
now-
You'll-
Just to make sure it's not a poisoned apple.
And now, as you're thinking of it, on the second floor, there was a room that had some really weird, like broken looking runes on the floor. And it just looked like a weird decoration choice to you. And then you're like, wait, wizard tower. Okay.
Why is there a windmill on it? Did this wizard need like wind energy to do their magic or something?
Hey, it's a great source of power.
Yeah, but what if it's not windy?
Well, he's a mage. He can make the wind. Plus, this place is really old. So I don't think we have to worry about them. Question
Another
mark.
bite of the apple.
And you all come downstairs as Galen and Gerald, you guys were coming up the rope?
Yep.
Or were you going to risk the other route, the actual route? Were you going to go through the cage?
No, I'm going for the rope. Fuck that.
No,
Fuck
no, no,
that.
You
I
don't
give
want to
him
go
some
past.
chickens. He is.
You don't want to unlock the door to the owlbear and climb up the
No.
ladder behind it? Why not?
Hey, what do you want
That's
that?
why.
I really love that y'all forgot there was a rope there last game and spent like 20 minutes going, how the fuck are we getting past an
I'm
owlbear?
sorry. I was worried about the fact that we ran into a fucking necromancer's laboratory.
Details.
Details. Girls doesn't know how the fuck they got it down there and how they would get it out. It's like I don't want to just leave it down here, but I also don't know how we would get it out without it murdering us. So it gets to sit in its cave and eat its chickens.
So you guys all reconvene in the original chamber. Two of you climbing through the giant hole in the floor, and the rest of you coming down the stairs, where you've pointed out and kept mark of where the traps were on the stairs, so it's easy for everyone to get up and down.
That stuff's marked in chalk.
As soon as to anyone watching, Galen gets up and he has a look of that just simply says, "Oh fuck."
So the basement was fun.
Gerald?
Gerald looked. Gerald's actually going to look at the body of the other member of this team they went up against is on the floor. Garen, why don't you explain to them how fucked this place is while I check this one? And he's gonna look through and see if there's anything of particular import on the body or any like.
Let me pull up that sheet wall.
So I don't actually remember if anyone in the above party actually looted the guy.
No one has yet.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and do some looting while because he's like, look, you're the super magic man. You tell them about how fucked we are.
Again, just kind of like Hat is just dissociating for a little bit and just goes, "Yes, right. Hi, Zinzies."
Zinzies. As you've come out of your daze, you realize for some reason Galen's here.
Hi.
I take my apple core and throw it at him to make sure he's real. After being told this is a mage's tower.
That's fair.
It's like out of fucking Ragnarok when Thor throws the can at Loki's head.
Just
Ow.
Ow.
Oh, you're actually here.
Oh, thanks.
Reach into the Santa sack, pull out some jerky, and start munching.
Don't go down there.
Why?
Did you find the owlbear?
The
Mhm.
what?
Yeah, yes.
Thing's loud.
I gave him some chickens.
There's an owlbear down there. Buff.
It was that
Then
one,
these
and
connects
points-
the dots, and she goes, "So that's why there's so much meat in this tower."
And yet, I feel that that's not what's actually frightening Galen.
No, there's something worse than the owlbear.
Gerald
Oh,
calls
boy.
up on what
Galen actually
Oh.
sits down on the ground and kind of gestures, you all may want to sit down. Like, there was
Shari
a-
Seems quite
sits.
serious.
Like there was a look of genuine concern and fear on Galen's face. You may all want to sit down for what I'm about to tell you.
he has a point. It's not good. Ruffle.
Alvin
That
just
was-
kind of pulls him up into a better seating position. He's curious.
We've had a secret room.
That would make
Next to the
sense in a
owlbear.
mage's tower.
Yeah, secret room next to the owlbear. As if he was supposed to draw attention from anything else in the room.
DM. I can't remember from the I can't exactly remember, but like, how old is this tower? From my history checks, like 400.
This is extremely old. This would have been before the unification of the humble folk and the bird folk communities.
This place is older than you all think. This was before unification.
Oh,
I'm just coming around and say this was a necromancer's tower.
oh, that's worse.
It gets better.
Oh, that's worse.
Tell them what wasn't there, Galen.
Well, first of all, there was a pedestal in the room that looked like it held a book.
Book was not there.
Book was not there. The symbol on the pedestal related to a book known as the Necronomicon Ex Corvus.
The what? The what?
Can Shari roll a history check on that?
Yes.
Thank you. That, okay, first natural 20 of the game, plus 8.
Yeah. You know. You're not aware.
Oh no!
You have heard of this book. This is a very ancient tome that was once held, and there's not much known about this particular necromancer, except that they were known as Lathris of the Night's Call. Their book had been lost for thousands of years, hundreds of years. It has been said to have insane powers. Great power resides within it at the risk of the user. And roll a wisdom save.
Will do.
Wait, did I roll a wisdom save last time, or do I have to re-roll?
Huh?
Did I roll a wisdom save last time, or do I have to re-roll?
Or is
No,
this a
this
showery?
is specifically for Showering. You're fine.
It's a showery thing.
I found a book, you all.
No.
16?
No.
16.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I rolled a 9, guys.
Oh.
Don't like that.
I already have weird shit in my head. Shit's about to go down.
As this
So,
cool.
Showery,
Yes.
as you hear the name Necronomicon Ex Corvus, you're hit with the memory of what this is. At the same time, you hear what sounds like a shout and a whisper all at once, as you just hear that voice in your mind go, "Lost?" And you know that headache that feels like the back from the back of your head, like talons just gently raking across your skull itself.
Mhm.
You take
Oh,
no.
9 points of psychic damage,
okay.
and I need you to roll a percentile.
Oh, what are you
Oh,
doing?
okay. Is that? Yeah, that's a. I'm gonna say that's cocked. 54. Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no, Sarah's doing the
No,
happy dance.
the DM's smiling and clapping. I don't
Really
like it.
hoping this would be the one. I need both Zinzi's and Gwen to roll d20s.
Why?
What are you doing?
7. What, Gwen? What did you get?
I haven't rolled yet, dear. Give me a moment.
I'm putting down my food.
I'm in my twilight years here. Oh, that is a 5.
A 5.
Good.
Okay. Showery,
Yes.
roll a d20.
Oh
What are you
boy.
doing to Sarah? What are you doing? What have you done?
3.
3.
Fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
What's your actually roll one more time and
Okay.
d20
19.
plus your unarmed attack modifier,
Um.
because it would be a surprise, which would give you advantage.
Oh boy. Actions. Talons are +4 to hit. Damage is 4. Just
When
straight
does a
4.
23 hit you? Because it's 19 plus 4.
Please hold.
Oh no.
Of course it does, dear.
Okay.
Quills, not iron.
4 points of piercing.
As Showery stands there, the moment of recognition is very quickly shifted to a lax and then angry look as she turns and spins and scratches out towards Gwen, and then is back to her normal disposition.
Hey, you all, I found a book upstairs. Ow! Ow! Ow!
Do I know what happened and why?
I'm the
Like,
book one. Not
Physically, or did I just like come back and that happened?
You blacked out for a second.
Okay.
Just a
cool.
second. And you have a hell of a migraine.
Ow! That's.
Gerald's just like, why are you saying that?
I'm just. Oh.
He just goes back to
Did anything? Did anything just happen? I've got a massive headache all of a sudden.
You lashed out at Gwen.
Gwen!
What? No! I'm so sorry, Gwen. Do you need healing? I immediately pump cure wounds into her. Shit, I'm out of first level, so a second level.
You kind of went blank, and then angry, scratch, and then blank, and then you.
all I said was I
And
found a
this
book.
all happened in a split second.
It was quite
Oh,
disturbing. I don't like the face you made. Please don't do it again.
noted? No promises? I don't even know how I made that face to begin with. Gwen, you're healed 11 points, by the way.
Oh,
I thought I heard a shout or a whisper. I'm very confused.
Why don't you
I'm very sorry, Gwen.
what's all right here?
why don't you have a drink of water and just rest a moment?
That sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna go sit away from everybody and just
process.
shit. I'm gonna ask Alden back for my water skin, and then I'm gonna go nurse a drink.
Alden has that typical on guard look that you would see from someone with his training, but he does kind of relax a bit and hand you the water skin back over.
The wine skin. No, I need the wine skin. Otherwise,
I'm
He pulls out his
actually.
wait.
Actually,
Yeah.
this would be a
Drink me wine.
this would actually be a perfect moment to. I'm going to use prestidigitation and turn the water into flavored. Well, make it taste like wine.
Okay.
The illusion of wine.
And I'm just gonna nurse it and try and figure out what the hell just happened.
What do I need to roll for my looking at the body? Because I need to do medicine to make
are
sure
you-
he's dead, and
Yeah, and then
investigation.
investigation to see if you find anything.
Okay, I'm gonna do that while the other people are doing it.
But after all that, Galen just looks at Zane and says, basically, it's a very bad spell book that could possibly raise an copious amount of dead, as well as possibly corrupt the user to become something much worse.
Okay.
Again.
Medicine 22.
Zane says, this tower is not what worries me. What worries me is the book is gone.
And
Lost.
dirty 20 for investigation.
Not our
Lost.
circus, not our
Unfortunately, dear, with that book, it kind of concerns all of us because that's world-shattering events. So yes, it is our monkeys, and well indeed, ask the fucking circus.
I don't want to be seen by shit. This is not the greatest show. This is a nightmare.
Speaking of nightmares,
This is the first time in a while you've heard Cindy's cuts.
You know what? That's warranted. That's warranted.
Dad, that's warranted. Joe heard me curse for the first time a while ago.
Roughly for the same reason. It was actually exactly for the exact reason. Once you
Also-
realized what it was and that it wasn't there.
Also, shall we? You mentioned the word lost.
I did. And you mentioned nightmare. I point at Zinzi's. Do you remember the nightmare that I had? That I told everyone about? After I read the book? I turned to Galen and I let him know that before I had found y'all, I had actually right before the bandits kidnapped me while I was sleeping. That night, I had been in what appears to have been like a magical mansion. And I'd fought a crazed woman. And I found a book that had, let's just say, its own personality. And after reading the book,
Do you recall the symbol on the book?
I still have the book. And I reach into my bag of holding and I pull out the mysterious journal. Hand it over. This is the journal of that crazed woman that I fought in the mansion. Her friend, or I should say the voice, was her friend. And now it's apparently mine.
I will open the book.
You open the book and it is an old, very faded journal. It starts in a it's got like kids' handwriting, very young stories. And are you going to keep reading through it?
Just mainly, like he's gonna read the last 5 pages.
The last 5 pages?
Yeah, the last
Are-
5 pages of any entry.
The last 5 pages of the book are mad ramblings that make very little sense.
I wouldn't read too many of those. It's that part of the book that is when I started dreaming.
Ramblings
Okay.
talking of a need
That's right.
to bring their friend back into the light, no matter the cost.
I might be doing something stupid here. Might.
That is what we live for.
Okay. First thing he's gonna do, he's gonna not skim, but just quickly scan through the book to see if there are any words or phrases of note that ring in his mind.
Make a perception check for me. And while you do that, real quick, Gerald, the individual is indeed very dead. You find standard leather armor, a quarterstaff, a sling, and a very small looking owlbear feather like it was from a cub. You can gather, because you rolled so high, that this was the druid. And the annual companion is down in the basement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's one of his friends.
Funnily enough, Gerald looks over all the equipment and everything, and he'll take the little memento, the no feather memento, sort of tuck it away into his stuff, and he'll also do what he did with the other bodies, and he'll sort of cross his arms, and he makes a face. Everyone wants to, and now to see what the face is, you feel free to roll insight, because he's not hiding his emotions as well as he usually does.
Shari, if you're rolling insight, you have disadvantage.
Okay, I am okay with
If your
that.
brain's a little rocked.
I don't see shit. I
I
am
just
too.
love throwing wrenches into your plans.
Revenge for the decursing.
Like skimming past and everything. Again, just kind of looks over at Gerald with a 17.
17. Meat. Yeah. It's the same face he made when he did the same thing with the other two. It's this mix of disappointment and sort of a longing sadness. Like this is someone who, like, he's very conflicted, like, about everything going on. Especially, these are people, they are dead now, and he's just sort of like,
Okay.
he sort of looks over to Alden. Oh, I was going to hang on to this, but since I know you have your little one there, but he takes out the light crossbow and the stack of bolts, and he'll put them next to Alden. It's not quite your fancy schmancy bow, but it's a little closer.
I'll take it, thanks. You didn't happen to find it lying around, did you?
No, I don't think
No.
the ones down there
Anyone?
had it. Did you?
Hold on.
Anyone find a bow lying around anywhere?
I did look.
Uh,
I didn't find it. I'm sorry.
Shit.
Few of them, I think, might have still gotten away. Did you? This is an awkward question, Holden. Did you learn any of their names?
I mean, a couple just from chatting with each other.
The big one.
Yeah, the
He was
angry
downstairs.
fucker.
Yeah, he and a very small strig were downstairs.
I don't think I know the. I don't think I know the little one's name, the younger one's name, but the big one's Dominus. That's what they call him.
Fairly dramatic name, but it certainly fit. And this one, it looks over towards the on the floor.
Never caught it. Sorry.
It's all right. I know. I don't want to. You've had quite enough interrogations, I think.
Yeah, that's a bit of an understatement. Gwen, when you say the fancy book that you found, you are reading. Which fancy book?
There's a few.
There's been a few books, and that's why I want to check.
Oh dear. Well, whichever one was the wizard-specific one.
Spell book.
That sounds appropriate.
All right, so you are reading through the spell book that I gave you a name for.
Did you give me a name for it?
I did.
Are you sure I was dead at the time?
I think he was half passed out at the time.
The Heart Weaver's Primer.
That sounds oddly specific.
That sounds very specific.
As you start reading through this book, how long are you going to spend reading through this book?
Let's see how much time I have here. And whether or not it requires... Yes, I'm probably a good amount of time.
All right. As you open it up, now the book already had a very pleasant scent to you, but as you're reading it, it has more stronger notes of like rose hips and then switches over to jasmine. And it's just starting to smell like all of your favorite teas. As this book specifically it smells faintly of a random scent you find pleasing. This is a spell book. And as you start flipping through it, it includes the spells antipathy/sympathy, charm person, dominate person, enthrall, hypnotic pattern, modify memory, and suggestion. It has 3 charges and it regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. It does require attunement. And if you spend 1 minute studying the book, you can expend 1 charge to replace one of your prepared wizard spells with a different spell in the book. And the new spell must be of the enchantment school. And when you cast an enchantment spell, you can expend 1 charge to impose disadvantage on the first saving throw one target makes against the spell.
Wow.
Oh dear.
It is a rather nice spell book for the lovely wizard.
Oh, but there are 2 lovely wizards in our group.
Mhm. For the lovely wizards, you guys get to fight.
Hold on, give me 3 minutes.
And then there's the lowly wizard initiate who
And you just see-
wants to play.
And then you just see the Mortal Kombat versus show up on the
Yeah.
screen.
I cast hypnotic pattern, modify memory.
Oh,
Roll.
let's not do that one.
Ability.
Babelity. Yes. Yeah, as once Gerald's done with that, he's going to note the step and he's going to start heading up the stairs. I'm going to do another look around, see if I can think of any additional hiding spots they might have stashed away. We can go through all the documentation.
All right, yeah, give us a hoot hoot if you find something.
Something like that. He kind of looks at the hole and looks back at Alden. We should maybe find a way to make a bridge. for him because I don't. The alternative is chucking him across the hole and hoping he
We
makes it on the door.
already built a bridge, though.
I would rather you not throw me if I'm honest.
We built a bridge. Cough, cough.
Oh, I did not.
There's a bookshelf placed across.
It's
Oh,
not
well,
okay then. Last session. Cool, cool.
Oh, sorry, a bit distracted, but yeah, he'll head upstairs.
Sorry. So there was something I want to do, but does anyone else want to do anything? I don't want to take up too much time.
Yeah, go ahead.
So just
So looking through the book of like words and phrases that ring in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
What would I roll for that? History.
For the book to scan through the book.
Scan through the book, like not completely read it, but just look for phrases.
Perception,
words
because you're looking for specific phrases. Perception.
Okay.
My apologies.
Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Yep.
You catch you catch little. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna have to do some deep digging real quick. Hold on.
Oofed.
Oh shit. Hold on.
Must find the book. Beep.
There were a couple of things else I want to do, but I just want to make sure that I'm not gonna get fucked while doing it.
yeah, don't
Always good to double check.
Sorry, this is all going back into the shit that I homebrewed for this, not the source material itself.
this is true.
So basic. Sarah, I'm gonna text you what I have planned.
The only thing you really catch is a name.
Okay.
She talks about it's definitely the voice of a young woman, and you're just scanning, right?
Yeah.
So you don't really look and read, so you don't have to worry about the wisdom save, but you do see the name Grisbane. Sorry, Grimsbane.
Does that ring a bell?
Make a history check with disadvantage.
Okay. In total, that is. Hold on. In total, that is 24. I rolled a 17 and then a 16.
24?
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
Okay. I'm just messaged you what I want to do.
You do not get any magic essence from this book.
Okay.
It looks like it's just an old journal. And it's old and faded. Some of the words, there are parts where you can't read anything at all.
Would I know that the second thing I want to do just won't work?
You would know that, yeah.
Okay. Galen closes the book and hands it back to Showery.
So, did you
Just a name.
just
It doesn't ring
name?
any bells. Yeah. Grimsbane.
I've studied the journal before. Have I gotten
noticed-
anything from that?
You've known the name.
Okay.
It was the name of the family the girl was from.
Right.
It was a very high society name.
Right.
You saw her sort of descent into madness as you were reading this book. And most of this like are you expressing any of this to Galen as you're
Yes, I was actually going to say I'm going to let Galen know after he said Grimsbane.
Yeah, as she's talking about this, you realize that she probably has more knowledge, and there's actually context written in the book. But the after she started to detest her husband, he died under mysterious circumstances, which means that she fucking poisoned him. And she began to really follow this wonderful, powerful friend that she needed to help, that she needed to bring into the light. The family lost credibility and has fallen out of favor and then out of history.
Right.
Something to read up on.
Indeed.
And Chari, real quick,
Yes.
make a history check for me.
Ooh, okay. I'm good at this. 17 plus 8.
As it's on my mind.
25.
The voice that you heard that yelled "gone" was not the voice of the friend.
Oh. Okay, I'm concerned. She just says out loud with no context.
This is the place to be concerned in.
Yeah. So I've been thinking it over, and normally the voice sounds like this, and I use minor illusion to make the sound of the voice. However, this one, the one who scratched Gwen and was very upset about losing this book, sounded like this. And again, I cast minor illusion and try and combine that yell, whisper.
Are you using minor illusion, or are you using something more like thaumaturgy?
No, I am using minor illusion.
Minor illusion does sounds? I thought it was
Yes.
I thought it was just images.
It does sounds.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure, because that's why I went with that feat. You create a sound or an image of an object.
Okay, but the not the both at the same time.
Not both at the same time. No.
Like, did he order you a whole pizza? Because you picked Magic Initiative Wizard, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, then you guys do in fact hear two distinct voices. The second one the first one sounds almost raspy, ethereal, not quite present, and the second one sounds more like a crazed old lady.
What did you call me, dear?
Older than that.
You can see Showery kind of shrink a little bit into herself when. You okay there?
Dying is not allowed. We are
No dying at the table. Too much paperwork.
Fine. I already got yelled at once today because apparently I have a low-grade fever. It's fine.
When she actually casts that second voice, that the raspy one, or not the raspy one, the loud one, the second one. Oh my god, my
The
brain's
second
not
voice,
working.
the old
Yes.
lady.
You can see her pull into herself. She is scared at that.
How long have you had these voices inside your head?
Well, up until just a few moments ago, it was only the one.
Oh, well, it's always better to have more than one, right? Isn't that how the saying?
Sound better at all.
No,
You shouldn't have any voices in your head aside from your own.
exactly.
Two heads are better than one. Two voices are.
I don't know much much about magic, but I know that that's not okay.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Not helping.
Well, this book isn't going to give me any help for that, but it is pretty interesting, Galen, if you'd like to take a look at it.
Sure.
Well,
Is this the spell book?
yeah, it's the Heartweaver's Primer.
Look through it. What were the spells in this book?
Well, unless you're attuning to it, it's harder to read.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Kind of looks in and goes, what? What?
Oh,
What?
that's right. Shari had the same. You know what? I'm not myself right now. I'm just going to take a 5-minute time out and focus on my knitting, and perhaps was there another book that I found also?
Yeah.
Somebody found a couple ledgers, or at least one ledger notebook.
That's right.
A highly coded journal, it looked like, or ledger.
Right. Gerald. I need to talk to you.
Gerald is
wait.
upstairs.
Gerald has left the room. You turn around, you're like, Gerald! Fuck!
You only have 2 voices in your head. Why would you want a third one?
You heard. You hear from the top of the stairs. Whoa!
Oh, when you're done, I have a question about Barnabas.
I'm just
I
going
may in fact reluctantly answer.
Okay. See you later.
Would anyone like some tea?
Yes.
Is there any chance that we can maybe...
Is there any chance we could leave?
That's kind of where I was going. I'd rather not stay in this building any longer at all.
Yes, no, that is absolutely fair. And let's go.
Yeah.
Please.
We came here to rescue Alden and take him home, so let's go home.
Could we wait 10 minutes?
Can we
I
wait
grab
10 minutes
Alden
outside?
gently. I
That's fine.
grab
I don't care
Alden
where I cast my
gently
spell.
by the hand, and I drag my Santa sack of food, and I'm heading towards the door.
Oh, he is heavily leaning on your shoulder. He is, yeah, you're holding him up mostly.
Okay. No spell. That's fine. I help.
No,
Cindy.
he and I are just waiting outside and away from this creepy tower.
No, it's fine. It can wait till we camp. It's fine.
No, she just keeps walking. She's like, you do you. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I'm done.
Galen goes to Alden very quickly. Describe your bow for me, please.
All right. It's nice oak inlaid with red feathers. It's pretty. It's magic. It's cool.
From that description, can I cast locate object?
Ooh, I have that spell too.
Make a Arcana check.
Can I assist by using minor illusion to create that bow as Alden is describing it?
Sure.
Thank you.
Ooh. Natural 20.
It is not within 1,000 feet.
It is not within 1,000 feet.
You guys have been hanging out of this tower for a very long time, and a couple people got away.
He kind of go. 1 minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, it kind of goes right. Let me just. Oh no.
I don't want to hear that. I'm just gonna go within.
Let's just say it's not within the spell's range.
Thank you. Anyway, it's fine.
Yeah, but no, that's what's concerned. It's your bow. You need to hear this. The spell's range is 1,000 feet.
Great. Okay.
I'm sorry to say, but that thing is gone.
Yeah. I'll never get that back.
No.
He heads out with Cincy's. In the meantime, upstairs.
Grabbing Shireen, going, come on, out.
Okay. Once I'm outside, I'm gonna cast a 10-minute spell. So and then carry on.
Yes.
I'm
In the meantime,
Gerald, it's fine. Don't
is
worry about
anyone going upstairs after Gerald, or is Gerald going to be left to see the home of his adoptive father and the others on his own? I'm just wording this very carefully for
No.
everyone's benefit.
When
Gail
it's
is going
downstairs-
with Gerald. Gail is going with Gerald.
I shouldn't be casting the spell. I should be there.
In the meantime, Gerald, you have at least 5 minutes on your own.
Yay. So he's gonna take a good look around the first floor. Like, oh, the nice dining area. Sort of take it in. Sort of look through all the little side rooms.
The sitting room, the room that obviously was used for arcane purposes long ago, the dining chamber, the kitchen, and the cold room.
Fuck, it's cold in here.
And
Cold room.
surprisingly empty.
He's just like, so that's what was in the bag. Okay. Well, it's probably for the best. He looks at the arcane room, the arcane purposes room. He has to go in and look around, see if there's like any fancy items, or if he can tell if the circle on the floor is fully broken, or if it was if it was like recently broken.
Make a perception check. Or make an investigation check.
I mean, they're the same. So. Oh,
I would just like to point out, very like, to kind of break the tension a little bit. I have a sound that perfectly describes this entire tower.
Yep, I use thaumaturgy so the entire council could hear me as I say,
investigation is 21.
21. Galen, you come in as Gerald is kneeling down, inspecting a cracked and torn magic circle on the ground. And Galen, roll an arcana while I do this description. It looks like it has long been destroyed. A lot in this tower at one point was functional. Some of it was destroyed in the moving in process, such as some golems. But this itself looks like it had been intentionally destroyed decades ago, centuries. Galen, what did you roll? You're muted, my darling.
19.
19. They are extremely rare. Like, don't really exist, but this was once a teleportation circle. And they're not really a thing in Humblewood. You only know of one.
Kind of goes, so Gerald, oh, bad news on top of bad news.
That seems to be a thing for today.
And
It's
yet
broken.
it looks like it had been destroyed centuries ago. But Gerald's the one who knows that.
This has been broken for a long, long time.
How long are we talking?
Decades at least. Some of the wear and tear on it. I was worried that they had used this to escape. I imagine they had. But this isn't something they could have used.
It's a teleportation circle, which worries me because they're rare.
I mean, it probably would have been handy, but it also, you sort of think, so there's a couple of decades, it also would have prevented any of them. I'm doing. Hey, that's
Oh,
a
right.
The owlbear is hungry again.
I keep forgetting that Helen lives right by an airport.
Sorry. That was actually a car.
Oh, yes, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Goddamn
That
owlbear.
one
Just
guy
gonna-
down the street again. It would have prevented them from escaping. He likely, if I have to wager guess, Barnabas destroyed it when he found the tower. Maybe.
It looks older than that by a lot.
Okay.
Looks like it was destroyed centuries ago,
Okay.
not decades.
So I think, oh, that's my bad. I thought you said
No, I
decade.
did say centuries.
Okay, my bad. My bad. I heard wrong. He's like, wait.
I
So it looks-
corrected myself, so it's fine.
he sort of looks at it and tilts his head. No, it's been broken for centuries. Maybe the Necromancer destroyed it when he left the tower.
Does the teleportation circle look about the same age as the tower, though?
Make a history check.
19.
It's possible.
It
Not
is
unlikely.
It is possible he may have been ransacked out of this tower, and to basically stop all of his shit, they destroyed this, which is no small feat because they take a year to make. So
He could have made. Well, I thought they may have gotten out was to lay a spell. Now, granted, I'm not a wizard, but I might set up a spell to perhaps like a fireball or something heavy enough to crack the floors, put it on as a trigger the last time he left. So say he gets on the trap, gets on the circle, teleports away, and because he's far enough away from the tower, spell activates, breaks the floor. So they can't follow him. But he also can't get back.
if I remember correctly, teleportation circles, like, because they take so long to make, they are innately just
Difficult to
quite
destroy.
difficult to destroy. So would just a simple fireball be
No, not a simple fireball. It'd have to be something way more powerful.
Necromancer was
You'd have to put in a lot of fucking effort to destroy it. I mean, the same
Galen-
with wizard towers in general.
Galen kind of looks at it. No, teleportation circles are tough to destroy. They will. A simple fireball will not crack it. This took a lot of effort from either one very powerful arcane practitioner or a lot of them. What are you hoping
far
to
enough
find
out of the
here?
way that may have taken them a while to find him.
What are you hoping to find here?
Answers. Something helpful. Sort of stands up and sort of looks back at it. The room.
Well, everyone's leaving, so are you going to be stubborn and look for answers?
Well, I think you know the answer to that question.
Then I'm going to help you, and so that way we can get out of this fucking place quicker.
Just as long as we make sure.
And I'm not taking no for an answer.
Just as long as we make sure everyone's out before we leave.
Basically, whatever Gerald is doing, Galen will be assisting.
Okay.
Gerald's going to look in, like, if you said there was a fireplace on this level. But no, like, shoot.
That was in the original sitting room that you walked through. Yeah, it looks like it was just it wasn't lit. It just there's a magic energy that comes from it, as it's kind of like a chamber that doesn't have a flue. It's just a little fireplace on the wall. Nothing special.
He's gonna, just because of it's him, he's gonna like check to see if there's any like loose bricks.
Roll a perception check.
Don't.
You're being helped, so everything has advantage.
Okay, now this time don't roll off the table.
Just like Shower when she was up there. She don't trust shit.
Perception, 19.
This is my Matt Mercer moment as I go. It's just a fireplace.
I have seen enough TikToks of people finding weird shit in their
Just a
fireplace.
chair.
Okay?
It is just a
Just a
chair.
chair. It's just a door.
It is just a chair.
It is a wooden door. It is not locked or trapped. You made
No, wooden doors are fucking evil. Ask Fox Machina.
Which I'm so happy they included in the animated. Just
I
the
know.
never-ending feud with doors.
What the fuck is up with these doors?
Well, that's how it was in Pathfinder. We went into this one place and it was just doorway into hallway with more doors, into open hallway with more doors. Like,
Yep.
what the
Gotta
fuck is up
love
with
it.
Thessalonians and doors? Anyway,
But yes, it's
He-
just a fireplace.
yeah, he'll do
Nothing
another
special.
sweep through, and then he will head upstairs again.
You head upstairs and you're greeted with that same octagonal room. All the doors are still open because no one closed them when they left.
No manners in
Showing-
this party.
Many, many rooms, bedrooms, beds. Home. A home for a lot of these individuals. More so than you counted downstairs in the fights, by the way.
He sort of pauses as he looks around. Huh. He'll start by going to each room and counting the number of beds.
Again, Astral is down. I don't remember the count.
Well, you said there were a couple rooms that had 2 beds.
There were
And,
2 or 3 rooms that had 2 beds. Let's see if Astral's back up. No, it's still down.
If I recall correctly, there was 9 beds and 8 rooms.
8 room. Well, 2 of the rooms had at least 2 rooms had 2 beds.
But didn't one of the rooms have no beds?
None of the rooms had no beds.
Okay.
One of the
Never
room
mind.
had a bed and a like nest.
Yeah, okay. That's the room I thought didn't have a bed.
But then,
Oh, it
but
had a bed.
So let's say we can, when Astro's back up, we can double check. So
Oh
let's
no,
say
there was a you're right. There was a bath, a bathing room. There was like a nice bath
big bathroom.
in one of
so
the rooms. Yeah.
8
but
rooms in
mo-
total. Minus
2 or
1.
3 of the 2 or 3 of the rooms had 2 beds. Can't remember
So
how many.
let's say for now, until we can double check, 12 beds.
So I'm around there, 10 or 11 or 12 beds.
11 or 12 beds. Okay. He's going to, okay, so he makes a note of that. Okay, we've got killed 3, fought in total 7? No. 2 didn't fight. Fought 6. And 2
Fought 6.
watched. Fought 6, 2 watched, and then came up here and disappeared. And 2 escaped because I didn't see, and then I saw 1 fucker jump across the gap. Like, okay, there's 1.
And the 2 that escaped were a Vulpin that you know,
Mhm.
Charlotte Den, and you would know that she lives at the Coalition Fortress.
So none of these rooms are hers.
And you saw a hooded Aloran that you didn't get a good look at.
So he looks around. That wasn't all of them. There were more beds here than there were people. We fought 6 out of maybe 11 or 12. I didn't think he'd send the whole force. Sort of
And-
pauses at one of the teenagers' rooms. And sort of looks around and sort of sees, is any of the either teenagers, is there like any like alchemical or like mechanical stuff that would it correlate to a artificer?
In one of the rooms that has 2 beds, looks a little bit more feminine design. You do see some more building interesting items stuff over alchemical.
Mhm.
This would have been an artillerist.
Mm. Sort of picks up the bits and pieces of things they were making. This was the girl downstairs. Sort of looks over at the other bed and looks around the room. She couldn't have been more than a teenager. Given that we were taken as eggs, that means that she was taken maybe a few years before I left. And the other one might be younger even. He stops in at the big one, the Domitus's room.
Galen's really not saying anything because he's kind of letting Gerald have his moment. He does chime in. Are you sure you want to know the answers to everything?
Want isn't even a factor. I need to know. He had them all here. He points at the giant bed of Domitus. That one was older than me by maybe a year or so.
At
The
end
one
of
we
day-
captured. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, at the end of the day, are you really surprised about any of this bullshit?
I'm not surprised. I'm not really angry. I'm disappointed. He went through all that trouble to steal us, hide us away. He had them all together, but left me alone, isolated.
Well,
Things that he made me do, things that he made me learn. It doesn't make any sense. What did he want from me? I recognized one of the ones on the stairs. Shyla.
Galen, roll a history check.
if there's this coalition, would I have advantage?
Yes.
$26.
You know that name. She joined the coalition at a very, very young age, probably 4 or 5. She was brought under the wing of the previous bandit leader, Kyron's son. Just kind of found her as a straggler and decided to keep her. And she grew up kind of worshiping him for that.
So Galen would have seen her quite a lot as Galen was in the circle.
The son wasn't around Kyron as much because Kyron was leader itself, and it was Kyron's son who picked up Shyla, but you would have seen her growing up. She is a priest of Kren, who is the Vulpin god in the Emerantine. Let me just get the description of Krem real quick because you would know that just because of her devotion. Kren the Sly is the god of domain trickery, and the symbol is eyes wreathed in fangs, and is typically worshipped by Vulpins.
Wait, not Shyla, but Kyron's son's little fledgling?
She was there. She was there when we visited. I saw her slinking in the background. She was her pattern isn't unique. I've seen Vulpin like her before, but there's something about her. As a kid, she wasn't, I don't think she was that much older than me.
The son's name is Crawl. He's called Crawl the Scavenger.
She reminded me of the embers of a campfire. I didn't talk to her very often. A few words here and there. She barked orders at me from Barnabas a couple of times. But she was quiet. Deadly so. She snuck up on me a few times.
Practically worshipped Kyron.
Krem.
Sorry.
Oh, Kyron. I can see where it's confusing. Kyron was the original leader of the Bandit
Right.
Coalition.
Okay, so
Krem is the god.
Oh, so
And worship and like would do anything for Crawl.
It's like the fucking names from Elden Ring. Melina, Mikola, Melina.
practically worship Crawl as well as actually worship Krem. She was
like a shadow. Always following them. I never saw Big Boss very often. I was kept in the outskirts. You remember that shed you found me by?
Yeah.
That was my tent. That's where I spent most of my time. I wasn't working. And they were here.
I don't mean to take this moment away from you, but we really need to think about leaving. Because this place is making me very anxious. Can I trust you to be out in 10 minutes?
Make sure everyone else is out. I'll be back on.
I'm sure everyone else is already like on the way out. But can I trust you to be out in 10 minutes?
I'll be right behind you. He heads towards what is very clearly Barnabas's room.
Yeah. Again, kind of looks back and looks at Gerald. Hope you find what you're looking for, and I hope it was worth it. Before he leaves.
Oh yeah, and you don't even need to roll insight. He is not okay. He is. It's all that earlier emotion, but it's like there's also this deep-seated rage, sort of like, yeah.
Yeah. Don't need an insight.
He angry. He's going to search through Barnabas's room.
Okay.
He's going to use like
since
every.
It's already, well, since it's already been searched with like a natural 20 to find the fucking floorboard.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have you roll because that would just kind of defeat the purpose. Everything's already been taken from this room. But as you enter, you see that sense of putting on airs in this room. It is unnecessarily gaudy in everything's a hand-me-down way, while giving off nothing of the personality or intent. It's familiar. Take that as you will.
You couldn't stop lying for a single moment. Not to any of us. You let me treat you like a father and worship the ground you walked on. You let them believe you were this. You must have been a hero to them. The one that you sent. He will never give you up. He was willing to die for you, to kill himself for you. How can someone built on nothing but lies spark such devotion in people? And the worst part is, he clenches his fist. As much as I hate it, I am exactly like you. I don't know who I am. Everything about me is a lie because I don't know the truth. Because you stole it from me, you stole it from everyone. And he raises his hand as a flame forms. I took Spell Sniper and Firebolt. For the record. just because that's not the thing I could do before. That's for clarification.
That's fine. That's fine.
And he walks back out of the room and sort of puts one in each hand because there's a cantrip, so you can cast as many times as you want. And he just starts throwing firebolts into each room and under the floor and under the furniture. And he works down to the next floor and starts burning all of that. And probably by the time the party sees him step out from the makeshift bridge and fire one more behind him for kicking the bookshelf down, sort of lifting it, sort of shoving it down the hole. And they probably by the time he gets to the bottom is when they notice the smoke, the smell.
As you first in Barnabas's room release the firebolts, you watch as the linens catch fire, the drapery, all of the items in the room, and you go room by room, lighting those possessions on fire and continue out the door. You know, it's the things that are burning, not the building. But you can take some solace in knowing that whatever false memories were created here, or whatever memories were created here, however they might have existed, will not exist.
He just, works his way down, burning furniture and things, and the kitchen. There's no food to burn anymore, but he just, walks out. His cloak is slightly covered in ash. He dusts himself off and glances back at it.
You okay there,
For the
Joe?
record, there's still an owl bear in there that's gonna burn alive because of you.
There's an owlbear in the basement still. Yes.
We have no idea how to get that, but we started to realize how we get that bell out.
Can I just say, Nate's legacy continues with his anti-owlbear shit.
Look, I don't know how to get it out. I don't. The only way to get it out is to me, there's no obvious way of getting the damn thing out.
Well, like I said, it only seems to be the items that are burning. If you look closely, all the floorboards, the stone walls, nothing else is catching.
They all better be fine.
I just think it's funny. You just hate owlbears so
That's my
much.
only concern right now is the owlbear.
I don't.
The owlbear did nothing wrong.
That we know of, and that's fair. But but I can't save the owlbear. I don't have a way to save this owlbear, and its master is currently dead on the floor.
That's fucking quitters talk.
Oh, that is another thing he does to make sure they do before he goes, that he will he has to aim more carefully for the ones downstairs, but he will set the bodies on fire.
Okay.
He's going to cremate
I'll say it's
them.
easy enough.
Yeah, he's sort of he has to aim a little careful because the ones that are downstairs, he's I'm not going back down this rope while other things are on fire, and just pip you, and then that's the last one on fire, and then
Those
he will exit.
continue.
And then he will exit the tower.
Okay.
So dust off the ashes.
Those who are outside can take have taken a short rest in the time that this has occurred. because it takes a while to investigate and burn down a building. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
So if you require a short rest, then do so. And you all, as we are getting to the next leg of this game, you all find amongst some of the cliff sides off to the side of, because like I said, this whole thing is built very weird. You know that you burned the bridge back.
They
But
burned the
Galen-
bridge, technically.
But Galen did come here a different route, and he's able to show you the way to go up and over and find a different way through these mountains, helping along your injured friend. Over the next 4 days, you are able to return to the Alderheart. Is anyone doing anything in the meantime?
Slowly eating my way through that Santa Claus bag.
Gerald was uncharacteristically quiet the entire trip back.
During one of our evenings, because you said this takes a couple days, correct?
Mhm.
I would like to cast my first Find Familiar.
Okay, go ahead.
And I
What do
want
you
to
get?
cast. I'm getting myself Raytac back from our old game because I missed them. So we get an ethereal little owl. You can almost see through them. They are accents of green, ghostly, and when he flaps his little wings, you see just wisps of ethereal smoke kind of drifting off of them and dissipating. So we have our little Braytac back.
At that point, Joe would have brought out Felix again, the albino raven, as is familiar, as well as Sunkissed, a tiny little pseudo dragon.
Oh, I think I've seen them before. They are so cute.
And just kind of like Parasite just.
And of course, since Changa is there, the little dragon praying mantis that she's created as her golem joins the party, and there's a little gaggle of flip familiars and friends in the center of the nest charm one night.
All of the scritches that night. All of the scritches.
Oh yeah, all of the scriptures, all of it.
Why do I get the feeling because Zinzi's is the shortest? They all just like ritualistically circled around her. And swayed.
You were the middle of a cuddle puddle that night.
Yeah, I've got all the familiars on me. 'Cause I have a big bushy tail that is really comfy to lay
Great
on.
pillow. It's a great
Yeah.
pillow. Alden is slowly healing as you are all traveling. There's a few times where it looks like he's kind of trying to stretch out what's left of his wings, but doesn't say anything. Yes, Gerald?
While they are traveling, Gerald is going to, probably on the second day of the trip back, he is going to ask Showery for, kind of look over to Showery as they're like setting up camp. I didn't find anything in his office.
Right. That's because I did. And I'll pull out the letters and
There were letters and there was a journal.
yeah, and the illegible encoded notebook that was hidden under his desk. And I'll let him see that we also found the letters, but I'm going to hand him the book. If he wants the letters, he can read through them, but I have a feeling he wants that book.
Yeah, he takes it and he sort of looks at, opens it. Since now I am looking at it, do I recognize the cipher?
It is more coded than you've ever seen.
Is it a code that I recognize?
It seems more complex than you would remember, but if you worked at it, you might be able to figure some of it out.
He sort of looks it over. He's evolved it over the years. But I might be able to work on a cipher. If I can do that, then the letter should be easier.
That's very true. There were a few letters that were not coded. In fact, they were stolen mail. Do you have any idea why he would want these 2 letters specifically? And I'll show him the one by Warwick Nightfeather that has a signature about reorganizing the patrols of the towns. I hand him that one first. And then the listing of the towns requesting money by the next guy. Do you think he you think he stole these for the signatures or the contents?
Knowing him, both. These are troop changes and guard switchings. If he has any of them implanted in the Birch Guard, he'll move them into the proper spots. These places are, if they're approved for any money, then he would probably set up ambushes to take the gold before it got to them, or if he's keeping this mail from getting to the council, then he's squeezing these particular ones for their money. So more than likely it's a bit of both. He has both of their signatures, which with enough practice he'll be able to mimic, and and this is also information if he's going to continue to interfere with the peace talks. If he creates issues with using members actively known to be of the Bandit Coalition, old guard or not, it'll cause problems. Especially so the hand looks over the guard changes. Warwick's always looking for a fight. He wants to fight. He wants someone to fight. I don't think he cares if it's Benna or Barnabas or anyone.
That would make a lot of sense.
It's information. Information is the lifeblood of his operations. So I think
suppose there's a lot more information in these letters, so maybe once we get back, we can put our minds together and try and decode it together.
That'll be good. You're good at that, and I know him better than most. What is those other ones there? The seal.
Oh, the spider seal? Yeah, this was also one of the legible ones.
Is that a familiar
said,
symbol to me?
Make a roll.
Oh boy.
Story, yes? Yes, story. That is going to be a dirty 20.
Nope. Doesn't seem familiar.
Whoever it was hired Barnabas to find some artifacts, which are referenced here but not named.
Oh, good. Vague descriptions of mysterious artifacts that can only
Yeah. Yeah, found inside of a gangster's hideout inside of an old necromancer's tower.
Yeah.
Still get shivers thinking about that place.
Isn't his room the floors also where they found? Is it under his room where they found the fancy musical instrument?
Oh yes.
Was not in Barnabas's room, no.
Okay.
Oh,
We did find that.
we did find that.
He'll once he's out of his mood, he'll probably like nerd out about the weapon, weapon. Granted,
Rivia probably is playing it one night.
yeah, he's probably like,
The piccolo of scribery.
yes, it's
Yes, and that the piccolo of scribery was the scribe instrument was found in Barnabas's room, because there's a couple.
Oh, that's right. I forgot there was another one. The
Yes.
lore, the item of lore.
Mandalore looking thing.
yeah.
The weird thing.
You look at the flute. Sort of like look at it.
Just be aware. She said item of scribering. It gave me a list to choose from. I wrote down piccolo because that's closest to what I was proficient with. Doesn't necessarily have to be a piccolo.
Yeah.
It was a flute, I think.
Okay.
Is what I had picked.
Is this at all familiar to me?
It's just a magic item.
It's a magic item. Okay. Well, granted, like I think that I think I'm put it somewhere. The first instrument he learned to play was a flute, and then he was given.
This is not that. He wouldn't have given you something magical.
No, we wouldn't give it something this important.
Crap.
So he looks it over like, Oh. No, the first instrument I meant to play was a flute. It wasn't this one, but
As we only have a few minutes left, I do want to try and get us back to the Elder Heart.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we want to do on this last day of travel? Anybody?
he's just gonna work on.
Zinzi's, Gwen?
Nope.
Okay. You guys arrive at the Alder Heart with Alden in tow. Your mission complete. You are able to meet up with Speaker Conrad, deliver Alden safely to the Alder Heart, and have that feeling of we've done something wonderful. Over the next couple weeks, the peace negotiations come to a halt as an accord has been reached between the council and Bena Saradin. It has been decided, if I can find my paper, that within the Alder Heart, a force known as the Wildwood Brigade would be formed, which will be a combination of both birdfolk and humble folk in an attempt to bring peace to the wood, to better support the tenders as they attempt their forays into the Scorched Grove, as well as a secondary part of a council has been built, specifically including members of the humble folk. Bena does come to you, Zinzi's, and once again, now that it's been officially approved, ask if you are interested in helping her create this Wildwood Brigade. Do you accept?
I accept.
Upon your acceptance, she presents you with a blade. You can add Blade of the Wood to your inventory. It is a homebrew item specific to Humblewood. If you cannot find it, let me know and I will
got it.
recreate it. All right, good. And you are presented with your troops and your opportunities going forward. You guys have time. As it seems for now, peace is settling amongst the wood, even with the fires burning in the Scorched Grove. And you know there's work still to be done. You have moments to breathe, think about what it is that you need done. And with that, we will call it a night. And in the next few sessions, what we're going to do is do, depending on what you guys want to spend the next, what's going to end up being about 10 months doing, we will do individual or paired up one shots, where it's just me and whoever talking about what it is that you want to do during that time. We can role play you through a scenario where you'll have NPCs as party members, or if we want other people to just play different people, that could happen, that could work. If you are going to do something with one of the fellow members of this group, then you will do a joint session together. If Monday nights don't work and we want to do them over a separate night, that is fine. They will all be recorded and put onto YouTube, and then we will reconvene when they are all recorded. So it's going to be an interesting little half hiatus as we get through quite a bit of time. But I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. I have suggestions of things that are going to happen that I would love to go over, but it's already 11:30. So I will message you guys individually and talk about what you're doing during that time. And eventually you'll be brought back together as we continue the story. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I hope anyone who's watching this is enjoying it. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.